Hey, Facebook friends, family, YouTube, Twitter, and Snapchat. Guys, guess what? If you read the title up there, over there, down there, you guys know what this is. It's time to tell you and reveal to you what happened. So, actually, about a week and a day ago, today being Monday, I don't know when you're watching this video, I was working. I was at work, and it was late, and it was Sunday morning. It was about 1:30 hours in the morning. And I had just finished up for the night, and I was getting ready to get everything all done to be out of there by 1:30 in the morning on Sunday morning, okay? And I had started my shift at 1500 on Saturday, the day before, okay? Well, as it turns out, I ended up getting off I planted my foot, and I planted it wrong, and I rolled it, okay? And as I rolled it, I realized that noise isn't normal, okay? Now, I didn't hear a so it had to have been kind of good, okay? But not severely good, right? So I'm like, okay, I can still walk. I'm not screaming in bloody agony. I'm okay, I think. So I'm like, okay, if I can't go no longer, I've got to do something. So I waited and waited and waited, and it felt like I could just walk around. I'm like, okay. And I went home, fell asleep, woke up. Now, something felt a little off and funny that next day, because I decided to wrap my ankle in a brace, in a wrap. Like one of those hard, sturdy ankle wrap braces things, right? So I put that inside my boot, and I walked around work all day. They didn't say nothing to me. They're like, okay. And finally, I went around, and I discovered something ain't right. All it took was for one of my coworkers to see me walk by the next day. So now we're on Monday morning, okay? Really Monday afternoon, because my shift had started at 1500. Now, for those who can't convert military time, 1500 is 3 o'clock p.m., right? Past noon, okay? So it was 3 p.m. that day, and they had seen me hobble and like limp, right, around the whole day. And he's like, stop. Are you okay? But I was like, yeah, I'm okay. You're just gonna have to kind of, scurry and scoot around. Like, no, please let us get you looked at and seen, at least for our sake, the company's sake. Okay, I'm like, okay, fine. We'll get checked out. What's the worst they can do? Put me on Workman's Comp and maybe just put me on light duty. That'd be the worst of it, right? Just put the rest of my real stuff on hold. Okay. So they got me in a car. They shuttled me out to Reston Town Hospital. Okay. We went in there. I sat down, all limping around, and they asked me a couple questions, got me registered, and then they said, so do you think you're going to need some anti-inflammatory meds? And I said, honestly, yes. So they got me all written in, and they put me in a waiting room, right? And then I went into a room after that, after my name was called, and she took my vitals, my blood pressure, my my oxygen levels. What else? She checked my temperature, with my tongue. And then after that, I went back into a room, and I waited. And then a lady so I was in a corner, right? A corner area, a corner spot. And there was a door right over on my right, kind of like right over there. See how there's the door there? So I was kind of sitting like right where that is right there, okay? So it wasn't too far, but it was far enough that I could just go over there and like touch it, right? So they were in there, and I could tell there was a machine in there. And I'm like, oh, that must be the x-ray machine. So what they ended up doing was they called my name. They brought me in there. I sat on a completely sanitary lined bed or stool kind of looking thing in there, right? The kind of thing you see at most hospitals that you would go into like an ER or a doctor's room, right? That you would lay on top of, like with the tissue paper, right? You guys remember those? So I laid on top of that bed, and they said, okay, you're going to prop your foot up. Now, they had a board, and they propped my foot up like this, and then they had me put it like this, and then they had me put it like this, which was kind of awkward, and then they had it put me on my side. That is when I was like, okay, something must be different here. Okay? After that, they took about 6 images with my foot, and they did it with my heel and with the injury and that sort of thing. Having had done that, they said, okay, now we got your images, and you're going to walk out in the waiting room, and the physician and the other doctor's going to come call your name, and they're going to go explain on what's going on and all that other stuff. So I said, okay, I'll sit here and wait. Okay. Mind you, we got there at around 4:30, and they pulled me in that room at around 6 o'clock. Okay. 2 hours later. So I went in there and I explained everything, and they said, well, here's the news. Good news is it's not completely fractured and broken. You can still walk. But it's fractured enough that we're going to need to give you a cast-looking thing. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to show you. Alright guys, I'm back. Now, this is what they gave to me. Okay? It's actually 2 pieces, because I can take them apart. Right? This goes underneath here. Right? So it kind of like lays flat like that. And then this is kind of a slant down. Goes over the sides, right? Up like this. Guys, this is all they gave to me. Right? And then they wrapped it around with ace bandage, not 1, but 2. Okay? So they gave this to me on Monday. I'm here to tell you, a week later, I can't completely walk, but y'all see me hobbling, right? Right around where I was walking right there, right? So, not 100%, but I'm getting there. But I tell you all that to tell you why I haven't been at work the past week. I haven't been hanging out the past week. I've been in my bedroom the past week. I've been kinda basically being in solitude for like the past week or so, guys. I mean, let me tell you, the absolute hardest part of this whole thing was learning how to shower without putting my foot in the shower door, right? Just basically having to lift it up like that. One of the things that I was told is if you take either a plastic bag or a trash bag even, and put one of them over your leg and tie it up. Take another one, put that over the first one, and tape that around, because basically you want a waterproof seal. Let me show you guys this again. So this is a cloth-like material, a fabric. You guys see this? Right? Now, if I peel these layers back, you see this? The cast, that's the cast material right there. So that's the rigid part. Now, if that gets wet, it's going to start becoming malleable. And you don't want to get it wet. That's why they tell you to wrap it in plastic and make sure it's waterproof. Because this is going to be your lifesaver to be able to keep the rigidity of your foot. Alright? But, yeah, that's it, guys. That's the whole story. That's how it happened. It wasn't some big, oh, I fell off a tree. It wasn't, I fell off the handrail or all that. I just basically planted my foot wrong, and instead of planting it and then swinging my other one on the same level, so my foot went on the ground and my other foot went on. But as it came around, my foot, for whatever reason, rolled. And it rolled in a point where it almost sprained it and it fractured. Okay? Now, from my understanding, a fracture is worse than break, a complete break. Because if it's fractured, it's kind of torn, so it's barely hanging on, but it's torn enough that it can cause a lot of pain and nerve pain. Okay? It's not the tissue, it's the bone that broke. Okay? I unfortunately don't have the images to show you how it happened and what it looked like, but I can guarantee you it was a pretty nasty thing. So yeah, guys, that's it. That's all I have for you. That's the story. That's why I have this. Well, out of it now. That's why I have this, and I haven't really been working for the past week. Alright, guys? Hope to see you around. We're making progress. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, I'd be more than welcome to answer you. Have a good one, guys. I love you bunches. Mwah. See you guys real soon. Bye.